Let's have a look at Australia's child support system. We know there's problems with it. Parents will tell you that the numbers don't add up. Child support amounts don't match the real costs of raising children in Australia. Child support can be too low or too high. The first major problem with Australia's system is that it's complicated. See if you can follow this formula. You start with the taxable incomes of the parents. For each parent, you deduct a self-support amount of about $25,000. This gives you their child support income. For example, if your taxable income is $75,000, your child support income is about $50,000. The parents' child support incomes are added together to give their combined income. Using combined income, you can work out the costs of children. There's a table that tells you the annual cost based on combined income and the number and ages of children. Each parent is responsible for a certain percentage of costs, which is their income percentage. For example, if your child support income is 90% of combined income, you are responsible for 90% of costs. To work out child support, you subtract a cost percentage from your income percentage to get a net percentage. The cost percentage depends on the number of nights of care you provide per fortnight. Multiply the net percentage by the costs of children to arrive at the annual amount of child support you pay or receive. Now you'd think such a complicated formula must make sense mathematically. Why else would it be so complicated? But actually, it doesn't make sense. That's the second problem with the formula. It's mathematically unsound. Why are parent incomes combined in the first place? The parents are separated. The precise reason for having child support is that parents are living apart. Treating separated parents as if they spend like a married couple doesn't make sense. The formula assumes spending by the receiving parent depends on the payer's income. That's untrue because they don't live together. The formula also assumes the payer's ability to pay support depends on the receiver's income. That doesn't make sense either. Capacity to pay depends just on your income. It might be nice to think that separated parents will act as if they are a married couple, but it's unrealistic. This brings us to the third major problem with Australia's system. The formula creates a race to the bottom. Treating separated parents like a married couple encourages unwanted behaviour. A parent is rewarded for earning below their true potential. This increases the other parent's income percentage in child support calculations. A parent is also rewarded for winning the battle over parenting time. The main carer is credited for spending at a married couple rate, even if they spend very little. Creating a race to the bottom is bad for children. Ideally, parents will agree on a balanced care arrangement. Ideally, they'll also work hard to earn income. But Australia's child support scheme encourages the exact opposite behaviours. Fortunately, there are plans for a better system. Here's how we could provide for children without creating a race to the bottom. Under a time-sharing system, each parent is responsible for 50% of care. Support is payable where one parent has less than 50% care. The savings that parent makes from missed care are given to the other parent in the form of child support. In this way, the main carer is fully compensated for extra care costs. Time sharing is fairer for parents. Each parent makes an overall contribution in line with his or her income. You spend what you can afford when providing regular care. For any extra care above 50%, there is appropriate compensation from the other parent. Time sharing is also better for children on balance. It encourages parents to act in the best interests of children. There's little incentive to fight over parenting time and less to gain from minimising income. In design terms, time sharing is also simpler and more flexible. For further details on how time sharing works, see childsupportaustralia.com.